Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to Lovin Dubai Show and happy Friday. Is it nearly the weekend? Can you feel it? Our top stories today, Emirates and Etihad are teaming up.
A restaurant owner who was sentenced to life after being found guilty of rape and kidnap.
A really horrific story there. And then also really talking about the prime drink, the viral Logan Paul and KSI drink they got together, and it's double the price it should be. Is it worth the hype? We want to get into all of that. But before we get there, people talk about ghosting in relationships. It happens on social media apps. It happens in real life. But do you ghost a friend?
Do you ghost a friend? I feel like if there's a reason to ghost a friend, maybe, possibly, depends on how long you guys have been friends for as well. But if it's like random, out of the blue, I don't see why you would.
No, I think if it's random out of the blue, you wouldn't. But I think as we're in a woke area of like, I'm going to do me, I don't want this toxicity in my life.
Yeah.
And then if you have friends that you think drag you down, and it doesn't matter if you've been friends for, let's say, for example, maybe you went to school together, maybe you worked together. If they're negative influences in your life, why would you have them in your life?
Yeah.
And just because they've been in your life for a long time, that doesn't mean you need to continue the friendship. But it's really awkward.
Yeah.
Like, it's so awkward. Like, how, if you have this person in your life that you don't actually enjoy, can you ghost them? Have you ghosted them?
Yeah, I mean, you're making all the right points. I feel like if they are toxic, if they are taking away, sucking out your energy, like you have to do what's the best for you and you cut them out, like just cut the cord.
Or maybe they're just into like different stuff than you. So maybe for like 5 years, all you wanted to do was play squash.
Yeah.
And all your friends play squash.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you want to go hiking. So all your squash friends don't want to go hiking. So you kind of need to...
Like ghosting them in that situation, I feel like that's a difference of interest, you know? Like you just have like, you've developed new hobbies and new interests. Like that doesn't mean you ghost your old friends because of that. But I feel like if someone has really harmed your well-being, or like, you know, it's not the kind of energy you want around you, or they say things that's negative, or they behave a certain way that you don't want, I think personally it's totally okay to ghost people like that. And you don't even need to consider them your friends if they just take away from your well-being. You know what I mean? But it's like, if it's like a difference of interests, then I guess it's not like something you should just cut them out for.
Yeah, well, no, but I mean, like, if you want to do totally different things. I kind of ghosted someone with a conversation, but I had a friend, and I actually really regret how we went about this, but I cut her out of my life. Had a conversation with her and was like, we're not going to move forward with this friendship.
Oh my God.
But I really regret how I went about it because...
Oh, I've never, like, you actually said that?
Yeah, isn't that really poor form? But the problem was, she was, for about a year, she missed so many important occasions because all she did was spend time with her boyfriend, and she would like leave early and not hang out with us as a group and just like put everything into this boyfriend. But what I should have done was pick her up on it at the time. But instead, one day I was like, no more.
Yeah, that's what they did in How I Met Your Mother. It's like they had these interventions with friends. Like anytime they went like loose, it's like you just...
Such a good show.
You just call them back and go like, hold on, reality check. You're spending way too much time with your partner. If anything, God forbid, anything goes wrong with your relationship, you won't have anyone to fall back on because you're just like, you know, not giving any of your friends any of your time or whatever.
They reality checked. So actually, maybe that's the answer. Before you ghost the person, have a conversation.
I feel like it totally depends on the situation. If you feel like even a conversation is not worth it with that person, like fine, you ghost them. But yeah, communication is key. In every relationship, communication is key.
You heard it here first. Speaking of communication, our top airlines in the UAE are going to communicate a lot more following the big news yesterday. Emirates and Etihad are teaming up. This is the genius move we never even knew we needed. Emirates and Etihad announced an interline expansion, meaning you can fly into Abu Dhabi or Dubai with a seamless return from the other airport with one single ticket. So travelers will have further freedom and flexibility to roam the UAE thanks to the unique offer from Emirates and Etihad, and they signed an MOU to expand their interline agreement.
So when will it roll out? this summer. So customers of each airline will be able to purchase a single ticket to fly into either Dubai or Abu Dhabi with a seamless return via the other airport. Now, the new agreement also provides travelers planning to explore the UAE with a flexibility of one-stop ticketing for their full journey and convenient baggage check-in.
And the arrangement will also allow visitors to cover as much ground as possible across the country, because of course that's exactly what they want to do. So they can explore Abu Dhabi or Dubai or any other emirate, saving time by removing the need to fly home via their arrival airport.
So customers traveling into the UAE also have the option of multi-city flights with the choice to travel from one city on both carriers' networks and conveniently returning to another point served by either Emirates or Etihad. And we know how convenient this is for visitors coming in and tourists, especially who want to, just be practically touring all of the UAE.
It makes so much sense, whichever city, like we're big supporters of Abu Dhabi. We love Abu Dhabi, hashtag Lovin Abu Dhabi, our sister page. But you can fly into either and then you don't have to think about, okay, well, I'm going to waste even an hour of my time in this country because there's so much to do. So whether or not you come to Dubai first or Abu Dhabi, and it's great maybe even for, people traveling on business, it's great for families. And it just shows, there's always been talk about the future of the airlines, both doing really solid business in the last year. And now we both know they're entirely separate entities, but the fact that they are able to put this move together basically for the freedom and flexibility of travelers is fantastic.
Iconic move, honestly, because we know how much of a struggle it is when you go to other countries. And over there, it's like you choose a round-trip ticket and you have to go back from the exact same city you landed in. And people coming into the UAE, they want to go to Fujairah, they want to go to Iraq, they want to go to Abu Dhabi, Dubai. So it's like for them, it's like now they have that flexibility of like whichever city they're in, they can choose to just like fly back from that city.
True. And if you ever need tips for what to do, actually, we're speaking to one of the Dubai Comedy Festival comedians, Rachel Feinstein. She's coming to Dubai for the first time. She's got 3 days. And she was like, I need tips, because there's so much to do and explore. If you ever need tips, just ask us.
Just ask us.
Full of tips.
How do they not know this by now? Like, come on.
Simran's going to tell you to go and get chips Oman in the cafeteria, which I've never tried before.
Seriously?
Yeah.
Still? We've been on this for a week now.
I know. Well, I don't know.
You've never had Oman chips wrap?
I've had Oman chips.
Oman chips
Oman.
Yeah, we're going to do this on the show.
Okay, we'll do it on the show.
Your mind will be blown.
So this all spawned from a conversation we had last week. We had someone on the show and you were like, you need to go and get the chips Oman. Did he get the wrap? Did he tag you?
I never saw it, but I'm sure he was like...
He promised.
So wonderstruck by the wrap. It just did not make it
He's
to
just been in foodie coma ever since.
Exactly.
He wasn't able to perform. He's just moved on.
We'll move on to our next story. So this is quite a tragic one. A restaurant owner was sentenced to life in prison after being found guilty of rape and kidnap. So a Chinese restaurant owner in Dubai has been sentenced to life imprisonment for kidnapping and raping a waitress with 5 other men still on the loose, according to Dubai police court records. And the victim was employed by the accused at his Dubai restaurant, but her life was turned upside down when she was kidnapped by him and taken to an apartment after leaving work on December 30th of last year, 2022, and the man had hoped to start a romantic relationship with her, but when she rejected him, he drove her to a villa where she was tied up and raped for 8 days by him and his accomplices.
The victim, whose identity has been protected, revealed that she tried to resist and told her abuser that she loved someone else and didn't want to have an affair with this man. Despite this, the woman was subjected to a brutal ordeal, beaten and repeatedly raped by the group of men. The victim managed to escape with her attackers when her attackers were sleeping and discovered by a passerby who called for an ambulance.
Exactly. So medical reports confirmed that the woman suffered bruising and facial swelling consistent with the account of the attack. Now, the perpetrator was found guilty and sentenced to life in prison. Now, Dubai police say that 5 other attackers remain at large. Now, the victim's harrowing experience has highlighted the global battle of violence against women. And the UAE government has taken major steps to address this issue, including the introduction of a law that criminalizes harassment and the establishment of shelters for domestic violence victims.
Our thoughts and prayers are, of course, with this woman. What happened to her is a truly traumatic and deeply horrifying experience. So our thoughts are with her, and shared across Dubai courts the story. And as you said, the police are taking great steps to ensure that there's safe havens for women.
Exactly. Crime, I think nowhere can be eliminated altogether, but it's just so comforting knowing that the UAE's laws are always on your side. That's number one. And number two, it's just the fact that women really have to, like, all over the world, just the horrific ordeals they have to suffer on a daily basis. Like, I know India, for instance, right? Like, women's safety there is like the biggest topic. It's the biggest point of conversation. It's like, where are we going to do, what are we going to do with this? Where are we going with laws, you know, that really take major and drastic steps to criminalize these perpetrators. So it's great knowing that the UAE has, you know, like, they've put their foot down to show the world, like, no, the UAE does not stand for this. And if you are found guilty, there is no escaping. It is life in prison. And then after that, he will be deported as well.
Of course, and just once again, our thoughts and prayers are with the woman. Moving on to our next story, the viral Logan Paul and KSI Prime drink is in Dubai and it's double the price it should be. So a question we want to put to you this morning, how much is too much to pay for a soft drink? Because there's a new sports drink in town. It's been hyped all over the world. If you're into YouTube, you'll know the guys who made this. It's by Logan Paul and KSI, the world's biggest YouTubers. Their job is to hype. They spend their days hyping videos. Now they're hyping a drink and they're doing an extremely good job because bottle after bottle is being sold out and now it's reached UAE markets as well. So the drink was previously being sold in the US and the UK, but it's now available in the UAE. Have you heard about it? Have you seen the TikToks? Have you seen the tweets about it? Because what's happening, it's being sold out. The price is ramped up and bottles here are ranging from 20 to 65 dirham. And we're talking like, you know, the equivalent is like how much does an energy drink cost these days? Like
8 dirhams?
8 dirhams. And these are going for between 20 and 65.
Wow. So people are having mixed opinions about the drink, but regardless of the taste, everyone agrees that the pricing is the real deal breaker. Now, the drink is intended to be 0 added sugar, 25 calories, 10% coconut water, and 825 milligrams of electrolysis. So there you go.
So it's pretty, I think it sounds pretty good. The ingredients. I like coconut water. I like those electrolytes. Love all that caffeine. The price for one bottle in the US is between 7 and 9 dirham. But as we said, it's ramped up here. And the thing is, it's just getting sold out. So it's on noon minutes, but it keeps getting sold out. But I think now it's available because the hype has calmed a little bit. Just by the way, the official website sells a 500 milliliter bottle anywhere between 65 and 75. We need to taste it. We need to taste it and then we can see if we get the hype.
Yeah. I feel like, I don't know. It's like, imagine taking take like one of our go-to energy drinks, right? And mix a little bit of coconut water in that. Would that do the trick? You think?
No. But then you're paying for 2 drinks because you're going to have to mix a mix.
Like 8 and 10.
Let's
18
go.
compared to 65. I would still, I don't know. Then might as well just like go for coconut water.
0 added sugar. 25 calories, 10% coconut or 825 electrolytes, and then I think they've got versus the caffeine in other energy drinks, they've got a lot.
Yeah.
I think the question is, there's a lot of hype because kids see their favorite YouTubers, and by the way, the marketing is genius. They're just sending only the tricks. They're just doing everything YouTubers do. So they're dressing up with the outfits, they're going fighting, and then they're doing a very not so subtle comparison to another drink. So they've got their drink, and then they've got one of the biggest energy drinks on the market with like this really kind of lame tape over it, so you know exactly what can it is. So it's actually quite genius marketing, and they're posting it on their pages daily to an audience that can afford an energy drink. Like, they're not selling, you know, video games. They're selling something that you were like, hey, mom, dad, go get me this drink. And I know parents are buying this drink, but do you guys want to try it? I
feel like it's the Evian of energy drinks then.
Yeah.
You know, it's like that elite energy drink. You want, like, YouTubers are having it. It's released by them, and it's like got all these like health benefits as well. So it's like, but 65 dirhams, like that's like, that's so expensive.
That's so expensive.
That doesn't make any sense.
Like the fanciest coffee. So it's like coffee for adults. The fanciest coffee you can buy in Dubai. If you just go, you know, to the nicest place with the most insane interiors, and then you're also paying for the service, probably the cup that it's being, you know, the fancy foam, the barista who's trained to make a flower in the coffee, and even then,
it's just like, it's too expensive.
No, but but even then, it's not going to be over 30 dirham.
Yeah, true, exactly.
That's what I mean. The fanciest coffee in Dubai. Have you paid more than 30 dirham for coffee in Dubai?
No, but it does go up to like 60.
Yeah, it's going to go up to, but this is like Burj Al Arab prices.
Yeah, true, true.
This is Burj Al Arab.
Those are the coffees with like the gold tissues on them.
Your face on them.
Yeah.
But that's literally when you're in the world's most iconic building with 5-class service, serving you the drink that's got your face on it. Then we're going up to like the 80, 90 dirham mark.
But you know what? Sadly, Dubai is the market for drinks like this. You know for a fact there'll be a market, there'll be a demographic who will actually go and buy these drinks. It'll be sold out of stores and groceries because like there is a market for this.
It's not just Dubai though. Like it's US and UK. They were selling out of this drink for like months, 2 months, because the audience that they're selling to, they are able to afford an energy drink. They're like the majority of the UK and US market have like the 16-year-olds. They will have access to disposable income that can afford them an energy drink if they're really excited about it. The thing is, they're getting really expensive. They're putting pressure on parents to buy these drinks.
Yeah.
And like, you can try it once, but now there's pressure to have this drink. And then it's like you can't really afford that more than once. But like, there's pressure on parents to buy this drink.
I feel so bad for parents. Like there's no generation where it's easy for them, you know. Like back in my days, we had the silly bands, like those stupid wristbands that had no purpose whatsoever. But we would pester our parents. It would be like these bands would have shapes. Like imagine the shape of a guitar and stuff. It's like a rubber band, and you just like basically a bracelet.
Pricey, I'd say.
Not really.
For
like
the time.
Yeah, no, it was just useless. But the fact that you would pester your parents to get you these silly things, and they'd just be like, oh my God, like here I am spending so much money to get you educated, to become like, you know, a doctor, an engineer, and here you are running after these silly bands. Parents just are so done.
That's so true. Parents, we feel for you. You guys do a fantastic job, and we are in awe. Guys, it's 8:50 on Friday morning. I hope you're buzzing for the weekend. Let us know what you're doing. We have our top list of everything to do in Dubai this weekend going live today. We'd love to get your thoughts on it. It's on the website. It's written by Annika. But that's all from me. Have a fabulous weekend.
Goodbye from me.